Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, January 27th. I gave the wrong date this morning. I had my dates written down wrong. It's the 27th. I put ES and SPY. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of ES and SPY here on Window Trader. I put them in bigger increments because I want to show you the magnitude of these gaps that we have today. It was for a day that was down as much as it was percentage-wise for ES and NQ, on our checklist sheet, the bulls ended up 3-3, right? The bears held the three big ones, which was gap, value, and indices. But the bulls held the opening, the IB high, and they raised POC. We had an opening drive, basically, an opening test drive in ES. Look at this. Now, we still have a $7 gap above us. We filled the weekly gap, but we still have a $7 gap on the daily. NQ, the bears fared better. They had a 5-1 lead. They got both sides of the IB. And they hold a gap, two gaps. The weekly gap, which gets filled at 526. And then the regular trading day gap from Friday that gets filled at 844 around. It's about a $10 gap. Okay? We did not get either overnight. No surprise. Again, this is what we talk about in the room when I get on the mic at 9:15. I said, unless we really start going with some pretty good tempo to the downside, and I wasn't expecting to get the overnight high. I thought, if anything, we had better odds of getting the overnight low with the indices and the value and such. But it was very far away. So don't be surprised if we don't get it. We didn't even threaten the overnights. Incredibly, that's only the first time so far this year for ES. That is the fourth time this year in 16 trading days that we have not gotten an overnight in NQ. That's a lot so far. That's a lot. It's interesting. Wide POCs we end up with. 11 wide in ES, 10 wide in NQ. Righty goes out with an afternoon rally high in G, and that's it. Okay, they didn't have a gap. Okay, righty. I'm sorry. No, I don't think they even gapped. If they did, it was very small. They're basically, again, if you were calling this a 5-day balance coming into today, you can call them down now. If you were encompassing these 3 days, you can say it's one big balance. Again, that's subjective with this gap below here. But I have no problem you want to call the daily down, certainly. NQ, the daily is down. NQ gapped on a weekly out of a 3-day balance down. Left a 3-day island top. Not an all-time, but an island top. Now, and they go out, like I said, with a 10 wide point of control and the wide gap above. ES goes out with an 11 wide POC. They do have an afternoon pullback low, believe it or not, in H. And they actually probe to the upside a little bit, but not much. They also are a 3-day island top. Okay? And it's basically the all-time high. SPY definitely is. ES missed the all-time high on Friday by a couple of ticks. Now, does that mean it's over for the bulls? Of course not. Of course not. This is still short-term traders. Volume decent today. Decent, 62 million. Triple Q's volume was actually pretty good at 56 million. Okay? But, again, being down 3% and down as much as they were, if it was real long-term money selling it, you would have loved to have seen some real heavy volume. You didn't have that, okay? Now, in individual stocks, I didn't check them, but NVIDIA and Microsoft and stuff, I don't know. I didn't check. But maybe that's a little different story. Maybe some long-term money got out of those. But I still don't think the futures or the ETFs had a lot of long-term money selling. ES just came into balance. I know we had a big gap lower, but markets don't go bull bear. We one time framed up for 8 days. You don't go bull bear, so this just formed the balance. Today's low is the balance low. Friday's high is the balance high. If we take out today's low at any point tomorrow, we would be down. So please keep that in mind. I had a decent day trading today. I took a short against the overnight halfback in a period, which was very responsive the first time we got there. NQ also had basically an opening test drive up. It was short covering and it was and bottom feeders. We actually tried to go trend up. We had a huge gap and we tried to go trend up. Really mixed MGI today, right? Pull back, trend up. I mean, pretty wild. But the first short worked against the overnight halfback. Didn't do anything in B. I missed the long in B to take out A's high. So B, I didn't do anything. Had a good time frame, though. In C, I got the long, and I wasn't playing my 5 lots. I got the long to take the IB high. Actually made some on ebb and flow longs, believe it or not, in C. Okay? And then I also took a short when I didn't look like ES filled their singles, NQ was holding their small. I'm like, they're not going to have a second set. So I started shorting against the IB high the second time when it got back up there. And that worked out. I took a long in D against halfback at the time, which also worked. Then I shorted E period against the 144. So it was two-sided trade. I period took the short looking for the afternoon rally high. I got paid on it. Obviously, it wasn't the afternoon rally high. We went high, but at the time it worked. And then I took a short in K to get the IB low. So it was a decent day overall. Nothing huge. I didn't play big whatsoever. Remember, this is the kind of day I thought, wow, we could really get going here. It'll be a lot of fun. It didn't turn out to be that way at all. At all. The selling got, especially in ES, selling got cut off, right? We never made new low on a day. Now, NQ did make new lows. They took away the whole buy tail and made a new low in K, but even they didn't have the energy on the sell side to get anything really going to the downside. SPY didn't even fill the 17th gap. If I can get there. Look, they held it. ES filled it. And then don't forget, you got the big one. Look at this. Look at this gap from the 15th. So for people who are saying, oh, the bull's dead, please don't listen to anybody. Let's let the market tell us who's in control and what's trying to happen here. You have a lot going on this week. A lot. You have the Fed on Wednesday. You have huge earnings Wednesday night. You have Apple Thursday night. You have PCE Friday. Unfortunately, I will not be here Wednesday and Thursday. I have some personal business that came up that I have to attend to. So I will not be here Wednesday or Thursday. I will be here tomorrow. I'm not going to go over destinations. So I think let's go to the chart and show you some things. So here, right, the monthly is balanced. We showed you that this morning. But so is the weekly. Remember, I did not call the weekly up. Last week just came into balance, even though SPY hit an all-time high and ES just missed. We also said, right, basically it was the balance high, especially in ES. Look what happened so far. So this is just one huge balance. You wouldn't be going down on the weekly unless you took out 2 weeks, the week of January 13th low. We're still $24 from that. And in Triple Q's case, even though they've had more damage done, they're still, that low was $499.70. They're still $14.50 from that. But if they do take it out, the weekly would go down. And don't forget, they still have the weekly gap. And then on the daily in NQ, 3-day island top, and not an all-time high top, but it is an island top, gap down. So we'll see how long that lasts. And then in the ES and SPY, it's a 3-day island top, and this is the all-time high in SPY. ES just missed. So again, people will be saying, oh, island top, the island top gap down, this, that. Again, this market is so ridiculously emotional, okay? Changes on a dime. So just like they poured out of tech today because of that news with China's AI being competitive. Again, don't forget who's president. If he sees any pressure on the market, especially in Microsoft and Apple and stocks of that nature, because of that, you're going to get a tweet war about tariffs and everything against China. So be aware of that. Anyway, I hope you did have a good day trading. Being in my trading room, I think, keeps a lot of people safe along with making money. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we will speak prior to the opening.